All right, so we are trying again on our video for Stardew Valley. This is for my kids. We recently got this game for this year. We're skipping the intro and things like that, mostly because we had to troubleshoot some different issues that I was having with video capture with OBS. But here we are. This is Scarlet. We are on the River Farm. And as you can see, we have a nautical theme in our a little room here with the anchor and the nautical map. So some quick tips and tricks are we have a television. Television is great for literal tips and tricks. Living off the land is where you get some really nice ideas for what you should be doing when you're first starting out as a farmer at Stardew Valley. So today it's for our greenhorns, which is us. We want to chop wood and search for wild forage to earn some cash while waiting for your first harvest. That's good advice. I probably won't follow that. The weather report is also fun. This is for tomorrow, not for today. So today we have a nice bright sunshiny day. Tomorrow is going to be similar. But what's this? We have a package. Everyone in my house knows what this package is. It's parsnip seeds. Oh yeah! We got 15 parsnip seeds. Here's a little something to get you started. Oh, that Mayor Lewis, he's the best. All right, I didn't actually mean to turn my fire on. It's a beautiful day. We don't need to waste the fuel. All right, this is our cute little house. Very rustic. Okay, so get some tips here. I'm playing on PC. So we use, to use our tools, we do our left click button. Use the menu is E. I'm walking around WASD, those sort of things. You start out with a goodly amount of farmer's tools. You've got the axe, the hoe, a nice watering can, a pickaxe, and a scythe. And we also have our parsnip seeds that the good mayor just gave us. So on our farm, it's very cluttered. So we're going to start cleaning up a little bit. So you'll notice over here you have a certain allotment of energy. A lot of things use up your energy, including chopping wood and using your pickaxe, but using the scythe does not. So you can actually get rid of a lot of this stuff, clean up your front yard, get some more mobility going on. These weeds will impact what you can grow. They will try to get right in the way of your garden. So we like to clean those out. So you do want to manage your energy well. If you get too exhausted, you can actually pass out. And that can have financial implications as well as just wasting your time too. So we'll do this first. We're going to chop some of these wood. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. Can't use the hoe. We're going to use our axe on the wood. We get one per these little logs on the ground, which is good. One of the things I like to aim for is to get at least 50 as soon as possible. Because you might notice our little inventory thing here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Those are all on your hotkeys as well. Ooh, do you see that bubbles? You see those bubbles? There's good fish in here. But that's not a lot of room. It's better right now, but you'll soon see that as we do more of this stuff, we run out of inventory space quickly. So we want to get as much wood as possible early on. Actually, we'll take care of this guy too. It's right in the way. Get 4 for those little trees. The bigger trees are better. This is an oak tree. They're hard to tell apart early on. It gets easier as you get better at foraging and farming. You'll notice that they drop a lot more wood and also sap. You don't want to eat the sap. It's bad for your energy. You might say it saps your energy. I think everyone's going to enjoy that joke. We've got 59. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is, we've got to be careful here because we're almost out of room. So before I do that, I'm actually going to plant my parsnip seeds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. I'll try not to count out loud for my audience. All right, that's 15, and we'll go boop. Plant these, and then we'll water them. So you'll see that freed up an inventory space for me, because what I want to do is make one of these. Now, I would have had to throw something away, which would have been, I consider it, a crying shame. You don't want to have to throw away your resources. So now I have a place to put them. And we'll water our garden like a good little farmer. It's a good start. Now you'll notice there's an exclamation point that is flashing underneath my my coin counter. I've got 500 gold coins from my dear old dad. So these are my quests. I've got 2 quests already. Getting started, which is gotta grow those parsnip seeds and harvest them. Good idea. And then introductions. Meet all of the people in town. There's 28 people in town. We've already met Robin and the Mayor Lewis. They stopped by in the scene that we skipped. And so one of the things that we should do, if we want to be good neighbors, is go and say hi. Do want to watch out when you are harvesting some things, especially if you're near the water. On the Riverlands, it's famous for a careless farmer can easily drop items into the water. I almost dropped that log. Did you see that? That was close. This is a maple tree. Ooh, look at my, I don't have a lot of energy left. So after this, we are going to run into town since I don't have a lot of energy to do anything. So before I do, though, I want to drop a lot of this stuff in my chest. That's coal. Coal is very handy, or will be very handy. A lot of things will be very handy later on. I don't have a lot of stuff that's handy right now. If you wanted to, you could sell absolutely everything you harvested on your farm. Look at that! I found one of the lost books. The library's collection has expanded. I haven't even been there yet, and I'm already helping. So what I did was I just saw some of, I call them wiggle worms. There are wiggle worms. If you keep your eyes peeled, you can see them in the dirt. And it's a guaranteed spot where you'll find something. It's not always a book. Sometimes it's an artifact. Sometimes it's just clay or some rocks. But it's always something. And it's always kind of useful. So here we are in town. Oh, that's Caroline. She's got beautiful green hair. I always like her hair. Hi, Caroline. Ah, she's already heard that I moved in. I'm a new farmer. Sure, her name is Caroline. She's married to Pierre. This is Jody. Oh, I'm not exactly what she imagined, but that's okay. Thanks, Jody. I appreciate your candor. This is Evelyn. Hello and welcome to our little community. You can call me Granny if you'd like. I love her. She's so nice. We're going to give her a flower. Looks wonderful. Very kind of me. Yes, it is. Thank you. Daffodils make great gifts for everybody. Well, okay, that's a lie. Not everybody. I think actually Jody doesn't like daffodils. Not clear as to why she doesn't like them, but she doesn't. These are houses. It's always good if you're trying to meet people to pop in, see if anyone's home. Doesn't look good. Everybody's out and about right now. So this is where Jody lives with her sons, Vincent and Sam. This is Emily and Haley's house. Emily is home. Emily's great. She's got funky blue hair. She's very cool. And she works at the saloon with Gus. Okay, so let's head up this way. We have already talked to her and Jody and Carolyn. That's good. Let's pop into the saloon and see if we can say hi to Gus. Hi, Gus. He's a chef and he owns the Stardrop Saloon. This is a great place to buy food if you've got the money. I'm actually going to see if I can run into Pierre's real quick because I want to buy some seeds while the day is still young. Oh, we'll check out the bulletin board in a second. I just don't want him to close down. We'll say hi. Hi. This is a great place to buy seeds. We're going to look at the seeds real quick. So he sells the, everything in season. So you can't buy summer seeds in spring. You can only buy spring stuff. So parsnip seeds are 20 a pop. I'm not going to do that because I already have 15 at my farm. Bean starters are expensive, but worth it. They take a long time to mature, 10 days. Compare that to the 4 days of parsnips and the 6 days for potatoes rather. Same with tulips are 6, kale is 7. Jazz seeds, they're a nice little flower. They take 7 as well. So they take a long time. But if you notice, this is one of the only ones in spring that do this. They will continue producing after that. So we'll do 6 of those. And then that still leaves us some money. We'll get a couple, what do you think? Let's do some tulips. Tulips are cheap. Do 6 of those. We'll do 7, why not? 7 tulips. All right. And that wipes us out of cash. And we'll also say hi. This is Leah. She lives south of our farm. Okay. I said we were going to check out the bulletin board, and here I go running away. All right. Bulletin board is very important. This is where you can find out where everyone's birthdays are. Now, birthdays are important because you can give people presents, which makes them like you more. And we can talk about that a little bit. So the first birthday isn't until the 7th, which is almost a week into spring. So you don't have to worry about getting anybody a present for almost 7 days. Now, there's not a lot you can get people, but like I said, daffodils, good present. But I'll give you a secret. Lewis also likes parsnips. Just saying, he doesn't love them, but he likes them, and that's on his birthday especially. He appreciates that. And then Vincent isn't until the 10th. You've got the Egg Festival on the 13th. Haley's birthday is right after that. And then Pam, Shane, Pierre, and Emily back to back. The 24th is the flower dance, which is also a lovely little occasion. Let's go over here. This is George and Evelyn's house. They live here with their son Alex. George is a little grumpy. This is the meter that I told you about. Shows you how much people like you. Right now, they don't. It's not that they dislike me, but they don't care very much. I'm an unknown quantity. So this is Alex. Actually, he just came out of his room. Oh, great. The new girl. He's Alex. He's a sporty boy. He likes his sports. Over here in the silver trailer by the river is Penny and Pam. This is Penny right here. She helps take care of Vincent, and Jazz, which is short for Jasmine. We haven't seen Jasmine yet. And this is Maru. She lives a little north of us with her parents. This is where the mayor lives. To the south is the beach. Oh, hey, here's Elliot. Elliot has some fabulous hair. He's very, very friendly. Lives down on a cabin on the beach. So he's a beach bum. And enjoys that. This is an ice cream stand. It's not open in the spring. It's only open in the summer. So this here is the museum and library. That's one of the books that we found. I always have a hard time picking up that first book. This is Gunther. Hi, Gunther. Oh, I meant to talk to him. So he doesn't have anything right now. We did find a book, but we don't have anything to donate to the library. He is looking for someone to donate stuff. Oh, we missed Clint. So Clint is the blacksmith, but his shop is only open until 4 in the afternoon, and it's getting late because I was dilly-dallying on my farm trying to clean things up. There's a little graveyard over here. You can get stuck in it really easily. I went to Haley's house. That is Sam. Let's see if we can catch him before he goes inside. Hi, Sam. Good to meet ya. He's very friendly. All right, so let's hit the saloon, actually. The saloon's a good place to meet people because a lot of people go there after work. Here's Shane. He's on his way to the saloon. He's a bit of a grouch. Really. Don't mind him, though. He warms up to you after a while. Shane has problems, though. Here's Pam. All right, did I already talk to Gus? We may have, but it's always better to talk to people twice. So we're doing okay. 17 of 28. In my previous recording, I had knocked it right out of the park, but you'll have to just take my word for that. You can't meet everybody immediately. So that's important to know. You're not doing anything wrong if you can't find everybody on your first day. Some people are busy. Some people haven't arrived yet, or they're off working somewhere in a distant land. So you don't worry about that. You'll meet people as you can, and you'll get to new places eventually. I like to explore because you can find some stuff like more daffodils. I almost missed those seeds. It's always good to pick up those seeds. These mixed seeds are, like they say, mixed. And will grow sometimes stuff that you can't buy in Pierre's store. So that's always interesting. There was one time I ended up growing an artichoke, which wasn't something I could buy. So that's fun to do. There's a few people up here. We haven't gone up north yet. Robin and Demetrius and their son Sebastian live up north. So there's Robin. She's going inside. And I'm sure Demetrius is inside. But since we're not good friends yet, once a certain time has hit, you can't go in people's houses. You'll notice these little statues around quite a bit. And those come into play later. Here's another place that notes that there's a railroad up north, but currently you can't get to it. This is the back way into your house. I'm hoping I'm not making a terrible mistake because I am low on energy, 16 left, and I don't have much to eat. Oh, this doesn't look too bad. Sometimes you can, if you have to do work. But as I mentioned, scythes are not work. We will put some of this away, save these for later. I'm going to hang on to the seeds because I'm going to plant those in the morning. Fill up our watering can. You'll see that. Did you see that shake? A little sweat. It's letting you know that you're pushing your luck. So, we already checked our weather. We're going to go to bed and we'll say good night, sweetheart. And that's it for that day. So real quick, I always think it's a good idea to check this. Weather report. Ooh, it's going to rain all day tomorrow. I love rain. So rainy days are great because you don't have to do as many chores. And it's not that I don't mind watering my plants, but sometimes you're going to want to do some other stuff. Now, I mentioned the wiggle worms earlier. There's a little bit on my farm. I'm sure you can see it. So you take your hoe. So you see these little guys? They go wiggle, 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 wiggle. Boom! Ha-ha! I got some rocks. So that's what they're good for. You can find all manner of stuff. I've been very lucky some days, and some days you just get rocks and clay, but that's still not nothing. All right, we are going to do some more wood. All right, we'll chop down some of these. So it's 10 chops to chop the tree down, and then another 5 chops to chop the stump out. So that's a lot of energy. You'll notice that your energy goes cutting trees is not for the faint of heart. You pick up sap, you pick up those things. I like to maintain a clear-ish area around where I'm going to be planting. You don't... Oh! Look at that! That, my friends, is a geode. The local blacksmith can break it open for you. Who knows what might be hidden inside? Those are great. All right. Geodes are wonderful. So Clint, the blacksmith, is the person who can open those for you early on in the game. One of the nice things about this game is that as you progress and get better at stuff, you get more money. You will find that you can buy equipment that will do stuff like open geodes for you, or even harvest some of your animal products once you get to that point. Ooh, I bet you can see that over there. Oh, see that? That's coal. I've got to go put some stuff in my chest of chests. And don't worry about that coal. It will be there when I come back for it. But while we're at it, we will expand 1, 2, our farm. I want to do some nice this will be pretty. These are our tulips. So in 7 days we'll have some nice tulips. Tulips make great presents, and they also sell for a good amount too. So the one thing that you want to be mindful of with your green beans is that they come with a trellis, and trellises you cannot walk through. So you're basically blocking parts of stuff off. All right, that should be 6. Boop, boop. And be mindful of what you're using. Oh, there we go. Just wasn't close enough. For tools, you can accidentally destroy some of your plants if you select your pickaxe or your axe. You can actually destroy them. Ask me how I know, and I'll tell you it's because I have destroyed my own plants on accident. So another thing that you can accidentally do is eat some of your produce. Sometimes you're going to want to. Sometimes you're going to be like, I've had a tough day. I need some more energy. And you'll want to eat some of that stuff there. Got my coal that I dropped. And you'll get some energy back from that. But other times you'll be like, I was going to be someone's birthday present and I accidentally ate it. Oh, Scarlet, wait for my return on the dawn of your 3rd year. Grandpa, how ominous. Didn't he die? That's scary. So I've not actually made it to the 3rd year in any of my playthroughs. I'm on the 2nd year in one of mine, summer of the 2nd year. One of my favorite playthroughs. That's in the Wilderness Farm. The Wilderness Farm is neat. You can actually have monsters attack you on it after dark. I have to say though, I don't mind not having to worry about that at the moment. So, all right. So we have planted our plants. We have cleaned up a bit more. I say that's good. We're gonna put this stuff away. Actually, why don't we take those with us and see if we can't get Clint. Oh, actually, we won't be able to get Clint to do anything because I don't have any money whatsoever. So why don't we just leave that here? Save the inventory space. No, I'll need that. I do like to keep my tools on me. You need them for a lot of stuff. You don't necessarily need to carry them all around, and it's going to be up to you whether or not that's something you want to do. So I'm going to actually pause the game for a quick second. Okay, and we're back again. Sorry, had to take a quick break. But here we are. I'm at the bus, and one of the things you'll notice, you'll see these carts and things around. Out of order. This is the bus we came in on. The Calico Desert is out of service. Bummer. So those are things that you can do. Another thing is that these trees in this area, you can chop them down. They will grow back. It takes a while, but if you find yourself in desperate need of wood, it's always good to keep an eye out. So our thing is going, it says go to the beach. We want to get there before 5. So we have a couple things. Let's see. It's Harvey. He's the local doctor. Oh, looks like he's going to see Evelyn. One of the interesting things about this game, and I use the term interesting lightly, is that you can like really spy on people. Oh, Mara's the nurse. That's neat. Guess I didn't realize that was her part-time job. Alright, since I have no money, we're gonna probably just head on down to the beach. Let's see if there's anybody else we can see along the way. I know we haven't met Clint yet, but I feel like one way or the other we will. We can bring our geodes with us. Alright, here's Willie. Right, newcomer in town. Good to meet ya. Salty dog. Here's a month out to sea. But he fished enough that he got a new rod. And he wants you to have your old one. That's great. Thank you, Willie. What a nice thing to do. He wants you to keep up the art of fishing. That sounds like a plan, especially since we live on the river. One of the nice things about the river is that you can go fishing. A lot of times the water at your house is kind of full of trash and stuff. You can occasionally catch a fish, but the water at the river farm is a lot better. And a shop is open, so if you want to sell the fish you catch, he'd be happy to buy them. If it smells, it sells. That sounds gross. Smoking his pipe. It is really pretty here. Very relaxing. Okay, so we now have a fishing pole. And since I dropped my stuff off, I have room to fish. Fishing is tricky. One thing that you'll notice, there is a little tutorial that pops up the first time you fish, as you'll see, if I manage to catch one. All right, got something. You want to keep the fish in the green block. And depending on the type of fish and you getting the hang of it, it can be hard. Ooh, we caught a sunfish. So if it's a more complicated fish, they'll move around more. It's harder to keep them there. So you click to sort of help float the bar up and release, and the bar will float down. And depending on how crazy your fish is, that's easier or harder than it looks. If you're finding that it is way too hard and you're just ready to quit because it's stupidly hard, Willie does sell a trading pole, which I actually used the first time I ever played this game. This one's a bit more feisty. So it's a lot easier to keep the fish on the line. You're not going to catch any fancy fish with it, but it'll help you get the hang of it in the meantime. As you can see, this can be more trouble than it's worth sometimes, and you can lose your fish. And once you do that a few times, you can really get sick of it. So I'm planning on doing a lot of fishing with the river. Flounder. Great. Because I'm just going to have more of a chance to do it. But just keep that in mind. If you get frustrated, the training rod really helps. You can level up your fishing. As your fishing levels up, it becomes easier anyway. The green bar gets bigger eventually. You can get better fishing rods. You can get bait. You can do all sorts of stuff. So hang in there, and you'll get the hang of it. You see that little treasure chest? That's a trap. It's not a trap, but like they're hard to do both. Sometimes the fish will go up towards it, but not always. And you can lose your fish going after treasure. Sometimes once you get good enough, it's not going to matter. You'll be able to do that anyway. But right now, I'm not able to get the treasure unless the fish is going to go for it. So we're going to sell a couple of these. Ooh, flounder's worth 100. Why not? Okay, now we've got 160. This is the training rod I was telling you about. It's 25 gold. It's a deal. I'm not going to get it because I can make my way without it. So he sells a nice bed for 25 grand or 25,000. Yeah, 25, whatever. And this is where you can also pick up fish tanks. They're spendy, but once you start really putting in the time on the game, you'll notice that you'll have money to spend on it. The beach is a great place to forage too. You get things like these clamshells. And then there's this. What is this? What's going on? Click on that with 300 pieces of wood. That can be fixed. What's over there? Looks neat. Wish you could explore, but you can't. Not without 300 pieces of wood. But I bet we can get that if we work hard. Alright, this is the beach. There's another one of those little statues that we've seen. That one has a blue gemstone. You can't interact with them right now, but you will find out about them a little bit more later. Elliot's a bit of a free spirit. Alright, that's Alex. We did talk to Alex. I believe we've talked to Pam and George. There's Shane again. He's coming home from his job at the Joja Mart. Dun dun dun! If you watched the intro in the past, you used to work at Joja Mart. And it is my understanding that if you like, you can actually help them expand into Pelican Town if that's what you want to do. I haven't decided to go that route yet. It doesn't seem to be very nice. I'm gonna look around here, see if we can find any fun forage stuff. Doesn't look like there's anything. This is a lot building that you'll probably find out more about later. We're gonna go up here, see if we can't meet a few more people. Ah, it's Demetrius. He's married to Robin. He's a local scientist. You'll see him outside doing field research. Again, you can chop down these trees if you want to. There's Robin's house. Maru's sometimes in here. Oh, there's Sebastian. Just moved in. Cool. Let's see how we're doing. 21 out of 28. That's not bad. That's not bad. I still feel like we're missing a few people. Don't think we've bumped into Haley yet. And I think we also haven't seen Abigail. So this path is blocked off for now. He's working on cleaning that out. This is a nice place to fish too. You'll notice that depending on where you fish, ocean versus lake versus river, you'll catch different fish. And also the time of day you fish matters. So you'll catch different fish at night than you will during the day in a river, a lake, or the ocean. So that's something to keep in mind, because not everything is out at the same time of day. So we're getting into nighttime. It's 7:40. You do want to keep an eye, just like you want to keep an eye on your energy, you want to keep an eye on the time. You cannot stay up 24 hours a day like you can in some games. At 2 a.m., you will drop from exhaustion. Somebody will bring you either to the clinic or tuck you back into bed, and it can cost you some money or some resources. So it's just something to keep in mind. You don't want to be out too late past your bedtime, and you also want to know how to get back home without panicking. 'Cause sometimes when you start to panic, you don't make good decisions. You make wrong turns. I've gotten better about figuring out where I am in the scheme of things. So we're not going to bother. Linus lives in the tent up here, but it's after dark, and I feel like it's rude to bother him after dark because we're not good friends yet. And he's a little shy of strangers. So we'll be respectful of him. Head on back home, keeping our eyes out for stuff that we can harvest. I'm not seeing anything in the dark, and that's okay. And I think after this, we will call it a night. Here we go. We've watered all of our plants. Tomorrow's going to be a rainy day, and we might be able to do some extra stuff. Let's see. I think I will sell a few things. Sell that, drop that, sell the clam. All right, so... Sometimes I like to keep some grass around, but I don't have any animals yet, so we're gonna chop it down. All right, at 10 o'clock, that seems good. Hey, we learned how to make a field snack. We're up level 1 to foraging with a +1 axe proficiency, and trees will sometimes drop seeds. This is interesting. So... made a little bit of money, 50 gold for that clam. We don't get anything for trash, but it does get it out of our inventory. And 15 for the algae, with a total of 65. So we actually are doing okay money-wise. In order to expand our inventory, though, we're trying to save up to 2,000 gold for a new backpack. So that'll take a little while. Quick check on the weather. It's going to be beautifully and sunny. All right, but you can tell it's raining out. You've got the rainy thing. There's nothing else really. Oh, the fortune teller tells you how lucky you are. So today, they're very happy, and so you might find some good stuff in the soil. You might have a good time foraging in the woods, get a little extra stuff. So that's nice. So that's a good day to, to do what you can. But we're probably going to wrap it up here for today. Got some mail. The backpack. 2,000 gold is what you're trying to get that extra 24. Because as you see, you got the bamboo pole that takes up room, which you can leave at home if you feel like you're not going to be fishing. But you never know when you're going to find yourself in a place where you could get some fish. So, but this is our beautiful lake area. We can fish out of just about anywhere. You do want to keep your eyes peeled for those little bubbles, because that means good fishing. And as you can see, I'll show you, a lot of times if you're in any of the other places like the wilderness farm or the regular farm, you'll have some water, but oftentimes you won't have good luck fishing. Let's see if we can have any luck here. See? Right at... Whoa! I'm not going to... Okay, so good luck is a relative term. But anyway, so that's how that works. I'm actually going to exit here. I'll have to do some of this over again, but it's not like I did anything. So, yeah, we'll catch you the next time. It'll be morning right here, and we'll try to do some stuff in the rain. All right, you guys have a great day.